Hi everyone, my topic today is don't be like an OSHIOMOLE. Don't be like an OSHIOMOLE. Thank you very much. The reason I say don't be like OSHIOMOLE is when it is a phrase. Anybody who knows the history of OSHIOMOLE was somebody who rose from being a nobody. He worked himself up through the trade union to become the National Trade Union chairman of Nigeria, and then he went on to become a state governor, and then he went on when he left office to become the national APC chairman, which means he was the ear, nose and eye of the sitting president. He sat side to side with the president to becoming like a beggar, like an obsolete. Nobody knows. He lost everything, basically. What? Don't be like an OSHIOMOLE means know where you're coming from. Know your humble beginnings. Respect people, respect your seat that you hold. Understanding that no position is permanent. You must understand that no position that you hold, no position of power that you hold is yours, is permanently yours. It is a professional seat, it's a seat of services. You offer services. You don't hold that power. That position was there before you. It will be there when you are sitting on that seat of position, and it still will be there when you leave. So it is not yours. OSHIOMOLE is somebody nobody even remembers his name. His name doesn't come out of the mouth of men, any man, any woman, any boy, any girl in the whole of Edo State, in the whole of Nigeria, or even Nigerians living in diaspora. He's become obsolete. Nobody even talks about him. Nobody hears about him. He has become a nobody. This is why I always say all the time that a pauper can become an aristocrat. An aristocrat can become a pauper. OSHIOMOLE is someone who came from very humble beginnings, who could not put 2 pennies together and rub it together. And somebody helped him and supported him. And when he got there, he became very intoxicated with power. And one would think that somebody who had been in the trade union for a very, very long time would understand the position he was, would have understood that what it was to be in a position where you are there to serve and not think that you are above and you can abuse your power. You see, I will always make references to this because I remember an instant when I was in higher institution. And at that time, I was in one of the best art schools in Nigeria. And there was a man who wasn't even, from being a lecturer, he now became a HOD, a head of department, which he wasn't even qualified to be. He abused the power. He abused a lot of female students. He intimidated a lot of female students. He failed a lot of female students. A lot of students who were struggling to get some kind of qualifications for themselves got so frustrated and miserable, they left that institution, all because of that man. That man was so wicked, he was so ruthless, only to find out that he faked his certificate. His certificate was faked. He didn't even go to school. He didn't even have any qualifications. And the course he was taking us was so irrelevant, and what he was doing was wrong. He lost that position. He was disgraced out of that, driven out of that position that he held. He was driven out of the senior staff quarters in that institution. He was driven out of the school. It made the state newspaper, then called Observer. It was a disgrace. The same thing has happened to OSHIOMOLE. When I want to advise people, when you are in the position of power, when you are in a position to serve people, yeah, because the power comes with when you are in charge of an organization, a state, a company, anything at all. You are able to execute and do things for people. You are there to serve. That is what they mean by power. Power does not mean you have to oppress people. You have to intimidate them. You make them feel that they are nobody. That is not power. That is abuse.